Hey guys, what's going on? So if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I am a part of two Facebook retro gaming groups that often host swap meets where people get together, sell, trade games, all that good stuff. And these swap meets are a great opportunity, a great place to get stuff really cheap and get some good deals. So they're a lot of fun. And then the coronavirus happened and everything had to start getting shut down for safety precautions, and getting into large groups just wasn't feasible. It just was not going to happen. So that was pretty much the end of the game swaps for the year, seemingly. But then the Classic Gamers of Colorado group had a poll, polled all the members and asked if, how we felt about doing a swap meet. And most people felt comfortable with having one out in a large open park where we could safely social distance and all that good stuff. So with majority rules, the swap meet for the Classic Gamers of Colorado was going to happen in a park in Castle Rock, Colorado. Now they posted some strict rules on their Facebook site, that we have to socially distance, masks are mandatory, we want to have a safe environment, everyone needs to be safe first and foremost if we're going to do this swap meet. No problem, right? So my partner in crime, Jay Dubious from Dubious Gaming Online, he's been trying to downsize his collection for a while now, so he always brings a ton of games with him to sell. And over quarantine, I ended up picking up a new hobby. I really got into making perlers, and I made a shit ton of them during quarantine, so I actually have a bunch that I could sell. So I decided to bring those along too. Now, Castle Rock is south of Denver, and both Dubious and I, we live northwest of Denver, Dubious even farther than I do. So it was going to be a hell of a trek, but no problem. We had a lot of great tunes to listen to on the way, so it was fun.
I'm singing this song. Like the answer's more than maybe.
Now, Castle Rock is a beautiful town. We definitely enjoyed taking in the sights. So when we pulled up to the park, I was actually pretty surprised with how big the turnout was. These are cool. These are actually working controllers, or they're just...
They're laser etched wood. It's made by a company called Spitfire Labs that does woodworking, and they make those on the side.
Alright, cool.
They're limited to 50 a piece. The Mario and Zelda sold out. The Turtles and the Contra are still in print. They have stuff on the back too. It's all just different, different scenes from the games.
That's awesome.
I kept my Metroid one at home.
I take it these Double Dragon comics aren't worth much.
Yeah. If you want it, yeah.
So another case of YouTubers getting free shit. Check this out. Got some free Double Dragon comics. Dude, I'm sure they're high quality. Oh. Double Dragon comics for free? Shit, I'll take them. So one of the things I love best about going to these conventions is all of the video game related swag that you come across, stuff that you have never seen before, and it's all very interesting. I really dig checking all of this crazy unique stuff out. And one of the unique things that I like to check out when going to conventions, to game swaps, etc., is video game artwork. So I was definitely on the lookout for some good artwork, something that would catch my eye, and I came across it. So the local store, Level 7 Games, which you have probably seen in some of my past videos, at one of their stores on their ceiling, the ceiling is covered with these huge foam sprites, and I have always thought that those were really cool, and what do you know? There's a couple here for sale, and I'm all about them. So I was interested in the Mega Man foam art because this thing is really freaking cool. And I was checking out a Mario 3 one for my nephew because I know that he would appreciate that stuff and he would love it. So I wanted to get those two. But then I saw that the guy selling these also had a Trojan arcade marquee. And if you know me, you know that I love Trojan. I love the game and I had to have this marquee. So after talking to the guy, we went ahead and haggled a little bit, and I got everything for 30 bucks. And he also tossed in a Samus foam art because it had a little bit of damage, but it wasn't too bad. So I ended up giving that to my nephew as well. Actually, he automatically assumed it was for him, so I gave it to him. So the guy who sold me all of this cool stuff is actually the head honcho of the group.
So I'm Rob. I'm kind of the group owner, I guess, if you will, for the Classic Gamers of Colorado, and this is one of our many swaps. Try to do it about every 8 to 12 weeks, but it's been a little funny with the COVID pandemic running around, so figured we'd do it at a park where people can still socially, distance and do the mask thing and still kind of hang out and have that little bit of humanity that comes with these events that makes them so great.
Yeah, for sure. How do you think the turnout has been?
When I put this together, I thought it was going to be absolutely atrocious or really good, but it seems to me, judging by everybody that's here, that this is kind of what everybody needed just to kind of shake off the dust from the quarantine blues.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I used to rent the Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle game back when I was a kid, and I always liked it, but I never owned the game, and I never come across it in the wild. But hello, what do I see here?
I don't know if I've seen your channel.
It's Nefarious Wes. Probably not. The main people who watch my channel are between the ages of 35 and 45.
Oh, okay.
Where's your mask, man? About to make a viral video of me berating you for not wearing a mask.
I'm eating, dude. And it wouldn't mask on.
So there's a dude who is a part of the Classic Gamers of Colorado Facebook group and the Denver Retro Gamers group. This guy named Seth, and he hooked me up last year at VinCon on the second Gradius game on the Game Boy, Gradius Interstellar Assault.
Hey man, you're the dude that hooked me up with the Gradius.
Oh, yeah,
at the
I remember.
VinCon.
Uh-huh. How you doing?
Good, man. I wanted to hook you up with this big Viper.
Hey, if I do this,
Are you gonna get a full arsenal?
there's no... I didn't get the extras, man. The code didn't work.
And then he hooked me up on Might and Magic for the Sega Genesis. Now, I saw the game, I was feeling nostalgic for it. I had not played Might and Magic since I had it when I was back in middle school. And I got hit with so much nostalgia, but I really didn't want to spend too much money on it. And Seth hooked me up again. So yeah, I picked it up. Game sucks. I had some major nostalgia goggles for him. So when I'm playing the game now I remember why I traded it away to begin with. This game is like almost unplayable.
Picked up this casino kid, and I hate this void residue. Look at this. Look at this. That's bad residue.
So hell yeah, man, it was a lot of fun to get back to one of these game swaps, let me tell you. So like I do often with a lot of these swaps is I picked up a lot of common games because I can get them dirt cheap at these swaps. I see a lot of these guys having a hard time offloading some of this stuff, and I see that they bring the same stuff, the same swaps. So one guy I saw had a bunch of common games, and I offered him, I don't even remember how much it was, but it came out to where I got the game, each game for $1 or less per game. So I picked up a bunch of commons, so I didn't get any real heavy hitters this time, just a few common games. But for the cheap price that I got them for, it was a no-brainer to pick them up. Now I also picked up a King DDD amiibo for my nephew because that kid is just Kirby crazy. So he really loved it too. He really enjoyed it. But for me, the best thing that I picked up by far was that Trojan arcade marquee. That is just awesome. To come across something like that and then to get it for the price that I got it for is just really cool. I mean, that's just something you don't ever see. And I've always wanted to collect arcade marquees. I just never come across them, or I don't come across games that I'm really that interested in. But Trojan, and in the condition it was in, oh yeah, give it to me. So yeah, that was the first game swap for the Classic Gamers of Colorado that I attended all year. I believe it was the first one of the year. I could be wrong, but I think it was. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out in the future now that it's gonna get cold and we're gonna have to do stuff indoors. Probably won't be able to have another one for a while, but man, it was a lot of fun to attend this one. And if we can do them, in a safe manner, I'm all for it. So just a few weeks later, the Denver Retro Gamers Group also hosted a swap and did it in a park as well because it's just the best way to social distance and give people space. Like with the Classic Gamers of Colorado swap, masks were required, social distancing, there was going to be plenty of hand sanitizer around, just be smart basically. And as long as we adhere to those rules, everything should just be fine. So the park that this swap was being hosted at was actually a lot closer to Dubious and my neck of the woods, even though we had to still drive south quite a while. It also happens to be the park right next to Columbine High School. So yeah, we had that monument looming over behind us the whole time, so that was a bit eerie. So this swap was starting at the ridiculously early time of 10 a.m., which actually wasn't a problem for me because I had been getting up at like 6, 7 a.m. for the past 2 weeks, so I was actually fine with that. So Dubious and I actually got there super early to get a good spot. So we got there, I'd say half an hour to 45 minutes before, so about 9:15, 9:30, and people were already setting up, and I started to take a look around before 10 a.m. just to see what people had, and man, I was already coming across some good shit.
Oh, this is cool.
I've got another case of
Zelda Game Watch.
I'm very much only collecting.
Ancient Ship of Dookie. These games are terrible.
So I'm already coming across stuff that I'm interested in, and oh boy, I'm in trouble.
This is your stuff?
Yeah.
How much are you looking for this Clash of Demon Head?
I think 15 I got on.
So I see Clash of Demon Head for the NES. It's a game that I have had on my watch list for quite a while now. So I feel like it's time to finally pull the trigger on it.
Is this Ghostbusters game? Is this like the NES Ghostbusters
It's the
2?
one,
Like the
yeah, the
that we
NES
didn't
one
get?
that came out in Japan and Europe. The one developed by HAL Kirby Studio.
Yeah.
And it's the over-the-top arcade style.
How much is that?
I think I got like 5 on her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Ghostbusters 2 on the Game Boy, like that's just something you don't come across. And for $5, man, of course I was gonna buy it. Now I've never played the NES Ghostbusters 2, or the Famicom Ghostbusters 2, I should say, the one developed by HAL. Apparently this Game Boy one is just a port of that. So the Game Boy game is a lot of fun. I think I want to try out the actual Famicom one. My main gripe with the game, and might be my only gripe really, is that you have to do a lot of backtracking in the rooms to locate all of the ghosts. But that's a minor gripe, it's not a big deal. And this guy had some other Japanese goodies that I wanted, including Parodius Da, the first Parodius game on the Super Famicom. Now I have Gokuju Parodius, I do not have Parodius Da. I've played it on an emulator, but hell, you know me, I'm a huge Gradius fan. This has to be in my collection. And he also had that Muscle Mega Man, a weird figure thing that I was eyeing at the last swap. You know, Muscle were those tiny little figures. If you're old enough to remember those, then you're an old man like I am. Those tiny little, Japanese wrestling figures. And to find one of these combined with Mega Man is just so weird, so intriguing, that I was definitely interested in it, and I went ahead and snagged it from this dude too, so hell yeah.
Oh, we got Bargain Bin Hobo here.
Yep, there I am. A lot of bottom tier bargain bin stuff, so am I gonna sell any? Probably not.
You got a name tag made up?
Yeah, my dad made it for me.
Bargain bin hobo.
Yep. I live up to my name as you see on my table here.
Grumpy by choice, huh?
Yep. Trash games, not trash life. What can I say?
Oh, I remember these cheesy books. Is this your stuff? Yeah. How much are those books? Oh, I don't know. Let me look at them.
It's not worth much. They can't.
I wouldn't think so. I don't know, $1 each?
Sure. Why not?
What's up, man?
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to our distant swap.
Man. Dude, the swap is awesome already, and it's like, is it 10 yet?
It's not 10 yet.
Dude, it hasn't even started yet.
9:57.
Dude, it hasn't even started yet. It's already awesome. I don't think that mask is very effective around his neck.
I guess not.
So one thing that I've noticed, unfortunately, is that at game swaps, at the few conventions that I've been to, I have a really difficult time finding Sega Genesis stuff that I want. People, I don't know, don't seem to have a whole lot of Sega Genesis stuff. And then the stuff that they do is either stuff I don't want, or I already have, or it's just completely out of my price range. So I stumbled across a RoboCop versus Terminator, and you know, I'm a huge RoboCop fan because I'm a huge fan of the movie, but let's be honest, everything after the first movie that has anything to do with RoboCop is basically absolute shit. It's garbage.
I'm gonna die. You know what that's like, don't you? It really sucks.
That's terrible.
But I saw a video from Max Impact 24 talking about this game, and I was like, actually doesn't look too bad. So I was very interested in it.
What do you have?
Terminator. Where'd you get that from?
From this box down here?
Yeah, I'm selling that with the whole system.
Oh, it's a bundle.
Yeah.
But after some time passed, I don't know, I guess he had a change of heart and was just like, what the hell, I'll sell it. So I had no idea how much the game was worth. I went in there without having a clue about the game, other than I was interested in it, and honestly, I didn't want to pay more than $15 for it. Turns out that the game was going for over 30, but the dude was willing to negotiate with me, and he ended up selling it to me for $15. So, well, great find there. And the game's kind of fun. Like, I've been playing it. Music kind of sucks, but overall, I don't know, seems like a pretty decent game. So I ran into the guy who got my Final Fantasy Perlers at the last swap meet, and he showed me how he has them displayed in his house, so that was pretty awesome.
Oh, dude.
Hung up. They're awesome.
That is sweet,
My wife
dude.
loves them.
This is a Game Boy Advance that was modded for me by our friend Cameron Barella. And yeah, you see, it's a pretty badass thing, alright. I don't want to drop it, so sorry for awkward holds. Backlit, better speakers, brightness control. My hand is trembling really bad, so I'm afraid I'll drop this. But yeah, this is a badass thing that I am very proud to own.
So yeah, you can find all kinds of modded console stuff at these game swaps. A lot of these members, you know, as a hobby, they like to do this stuff and mod stuff, and it's great for the community that we can get stuff like that. There's people that can do that sort of thing. I know I couldn't do it. Just like I'd probably have a hell of a time putting a Raspberry Pi together. And that's what this guy does. He's got all kinds of Raspberry Pi stuff, and I always forget that he's at these game swaps, so I need to set aside like a certain amount of money to just get one of these Raspberry Pis, because that would make capturing game footage just like so much easier. Yeah, I like to play with cartridges and all that stuff, but for video making sake, I think it would be a huge time saver. Where everything would be under the same quality. Yeah, if you make videos and capture stuff, you know what I'm talking about. So again, I had a friggin' blast at this game swap. It worked really well, you know, being out in a park, using the gazebos and the tables, and it worked out pretty well. Dubious sold some more stuff. I got some awesome pickups, but maybe the best find of the day was when we went and got lunch after the swap.
So we just pulled up to, what, Raising Cane's is what this place is called?
Raising Cane's.
And apparently they're not open yet. They're opening in 2 days, but they're open now to test out cooking the food or whatever, and everything is free. So we just stumbled upon free food. Find of the day.
Free food. Can you think of a better way to end the day? I can't. It was awesome.